What's up, buddy? I'm not gonna eat you. I kind of want to. Good afternoon, everyone. James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we're going to have an EDC update. Now, we normally try to do these every season, you know, as the things change, our equipment changes, the clothes we're wearing changes. And right now I am currently on vacation, camping out here in Missouri, quite away from Texas. But it's hot, it's summer, you know, so some things have changed, some things have remained intact. And just to spice it up, since, you know, EDC videos, to me at least, can get a little repetitive, today we have a special guest, Leo from Irish Zombie Nation.
What's going on, everyone? Glad to be over here on Junkyard Fox's channel.
And so what we're going to do, you know, Leo lives here in Missouri. He, you know, he has his own lifestyle, his own preferences and things, and then, you know, I live over there in Texas, and same thing. So we're going to just be talking about running down our EDC setup, and then we're gonna be comparing and contrasting. So, you know, different knives, what fire source do you carry on you, so on and so forth. So thank you for joining me. So let's get started. All right, so let me begin. I'm gonna start from top and work my way down. Now, normally, as you guys have seen before, lately I did pick up wearing a hat. I didn't really like it. I don't like tight confined spaces, and I don't really like the feeling of it, but it's hot where I'm at, so I normally have it. Unfortunately, taking a Greyhound bus up here to Missouri, I was just, you know, there was only so much stuff I could take, so I didn't bring it with me, but it's usually a staple that I have during summertime, and then the colder months I could ease off on that. Now, around my neck, you've seen it many times, and that is my large Ferro Rod. So this is my main source of ignition when I'm out camping, bushcrafting, hunting, whatever the case may be. Of course, I have backup things on me, as you'll see later, but this is my main one. And I have this little leather sheath that goes on it. It just goes under my shirt. And there we go. That's my Self-Reliance Outfitters Ferro Rod. And then, now normally, of course, you guys already know, it's a running joke pretty much at this point. I always wear a blue shirt that's ripped to shreds. Today I'm wearing something different because my shirt is dirty. But I always have a notepad and a pen. Now, if you're a creative person, whether it's making videos or writing stories, so on and so forth, if you draw, I highly recommend this. It makes you just more organized, and you know, everything from grocery lists to do lists to ideas for future videos, I'll doodle in there somewhere. So I very highly recommend to have this. And that's as far as my upper body goes. Oh, one more thing. New thing, I have a Timex watch now. A little bling right there. And, you know, you don't really need a watch. We live in a society where everyone has a cell phone, and you look at there for the watch. So, you know, I don't necessarily need it. I just found it a very handsome watch. Truth be told, I was actually going on a date recently, and I just felt a little plain in the way I was dressed. I had to, you know, tone it down with the bushcraft stuff because, you know, you want to look a little bit more sleek. And I decided, I had been eyeing this watch for some time, and I got it, and I felt more confident. I felt more handsome and respectable. I think the watch looks very, you look more mature and more of a go-getter, I guess. I think it's a handsome look. All right, so now Leo's gonna talk about what he carries on his upper body. So let's give him a shot.
All right, everybody. So, you know, like James, I wear button-up shirts, you know, with pockets. I like pockets, and I also wear a vest. That's something different from James. For me, a vest is mainly because I ride a motorcycle, and you got to have some type of upper protection, extra layer of skin. So leather, extra skin. As far as pockets go, I don't keep a lot up there. One thing I do wear, this is more of an EDW than an EDC, is a hat. Like James said, you know, he used to wear a hat. He didn't like it. I like it. I wear a hat all the time because I have really sensitive eyes to the sun. So I've got something that's constantly giving me a little bit of shade. And then I would have some sunglasses. I don't know where they are, though. I think they're over on the bike or something. Those would hang right here off of this, or I'd have them up on my forehead. That's pretty much it as far as, you know, what I have up on my head and everything. As far as pockets go, this one right here, I have absolutely nothing. I would hang my sunglasses out there, like I said. Breast pocket of the shirt, I always want to have at least one, if not two. I have nothing in there. That's just if I have receipts. You know, gas station, I stop real quick, I can shove it in there, put it in my check register later. Over in this one, I have some cash, whatever cash I have on hand at the time. And then what's sitting on the table, but is normally in this pocket, is my little EDC vape pen situation going on. You know, vape life, bro, whatever. I don't smoke anymore. My wife likes that. I like it, but I'm a coffee and cigarettes guy from morning till dusk almost. Coffee and smoking something. Not smoking anything bad, so I'm smoking this. It's still kind of bad, but whatever, man. You can do what you do. As far as upper pockets, that's pretty much the extent of it.
And what about your wrists?
Oh, my wrists, I do leather wristband and a watch. Now, I'm very symmetrical. James and I were talking about this yesterday. He's asymmetrical, I'm symmetrical. If there's something on one side, there has to be something on the other. So I always wear a watch. I've been wearing a watch since I was a kid. I feel naked without it. The watch I have is a Samsung Gear S3 Classic. You know, it's a smartwatch, fancy little sucker, good for the outdoors. Got a whole bunch of different apps and maps and all kinds of stuff that I can do. Fitness trackers, like that's how many steps I did today. Blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of different stuff right there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the leather wristband is just because, like I said, I'm symmetrical. I can't have something here and not here. So I chose leather wristbands because it would look stupid to wear two watches.
Awesome. Okay, now moving down to where all the fun stuff is. On my belt, of course, I have my main belt knife that has recently become the LT Wright Genesis Flat. I love this thing. You know, typical, stereotypical bushcrafter, but I love the kept part design, particularly with the flat grind. I actually don't like kept parts with Scandinavian grinds and stuff like that. Very comfortable handle, A2 steel, 90-degree spine, and once again, flat grind. So this works very well if I'm either making a stew at home or camp cooking, or I'm going to be processing a rabbit, something like that. This is just really good for that, and really loving this blade. From there, on my pocket, I have a new light I'm testing out for Olight. That is the i3T EOS. Unfortunately, I recently had the ThruNite Archer 1AV3 for a couple of months, and I absolutely loved that light for EDC. I unfortunately lost it recently, and you know, just in time, Olight asked me if I wanted to test this one out, so I'll have a review coming up on this pretty soon. So, light source, then of course a lighter, backup form of ignition, and lip balm or chapstick, whatever you want to call them. Over here, my keys. Of course, I've removed all the other gadgets. I just really just kind of keep it simple to keys. Nothing in here. Then here we go. Here's my belt pouch. Now this is a Victorinox Sharpener. I've yet to kind of really get an opinion on it because I haven't really liked it recently, but I'll have to test it out more because Victorinox normally is quality. Over here's a backup little lighter. So once again, you know, it never hurts to have backup ignition sources.
I like how you added a pocket clip to that to hold it in place. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I broke it off a pen.
Some MacGyver stuff.
Yeah. And then, of course, my EDC knife, which is the Victorinox one-handed trekker. It's all gunky right now from use. But, I mean, everything from everyday carry stuff, you know, just opening boxes, cutting rope, that kind of stuff, to yard work, you know, bottle opener, so when you're partying, or here's a Phillips screwdriver, you know. So, love this thing. A lot of people like Leatherman. Leo, I know for a fact, has a Leatherman every day. I kind of always like this one more for some reason. So,
if you haven't seen James's review on that for the outdoor arena back in the day, it's an excellent review. Definitely check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of my favorite ones that we have ever made. Okay, and then back here, getting a little dorky, but I have a hidden Woodland belt pouch, and that's where I normally, 90% of the time, I'll have just a bunch of dead grass. So I always have a tinder bundle ready when I'm ready to go. So, you know, always thinking of that next fire mentality. I always have that. And you can put whatever you want, but I usually keep it there. And I like the green color, the olive drab. Growing up in the 90s, you know, every comic book in the 90s had a bunch of pouches, so I think that looks cool. And last thing back here is my bandana. So use it for everything from, you know, wiping your face when you're sweating to, you know, anything with hygiene or, you know, a wound, something like that. A lot of uses for a bandana. And that's about it for me. So let's see what Leo has to say.
Wait, one question before you start. No wallet?
Actually, you know what? You're right. I always have a wallet back here in my butt pocket. Since I'm camping, I don't need it right now. It's just going to be extra weight. And, you know, so I just moved it away and put it in my backpack. But normally I have my wallet there. Okay, so from here, it's Leo's turn. Let's see what he's carrying.
All right, everyone, so now it's my turn to show you what I wear in the lower portion of the body. So first we're going to go with, James went with the knife, I'm going to go with the knife as well. This is my Dark Timber 1911 Elite. This is the Gen 2 version of that knife. CPM 3V steel, very lightweight, very awesome looking blade.
Beautiful blade.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I love this knife. I've been using it for the past year. I see no reason currently to upgrade. So that is it. And then the sheath it's in is a custom leather sheath that normally comes in Kydex, but this was made by Dave from Linwood Leatherworks. So custom made. It has a Kydex insert, so no type of retention strap or anything like that. And then I had Kyle Logan from Grayman Prepper made me the belt loop for it, because the one that Dave made me was, and no fault of his, of course, it was a little too high for me. I didn't like how the knife was like up like this, and I wanted it to be more kind of like a drop leg situation, so he made me this leather, long leather belt loop right there. So that is it for as far as my knife goes. My belt, I'm not going to show you the big belly, but I am going to show you the belt. I wear a sturdy duty belt. This is a 511 double duty belt. It's double stitched, green on one side, or black on one side, green on the other, so it's like reversible, but it can hold up a gun holster or something like that. It's a very sturdy, durable nylon, forgive me. As far as my keys go, I have this little Sailor Jerry belt loop situation. I've been carrying my keys like this forever because I don't like them just hanging down and dropped inside my pocket, so they just kind of dangle right there. They're not heavy weight down in the pocket. And all my keys, something Olight sent me to review. This is the I1R EOS, little very lightweight mini rechargeable flashlight. Am I going the right way? Nope, that's the right way. 2 different lumen levels, very bright. I mean, you don't even notice it's there. It's so lightweight. Then I have a Victorinox foldable nail clipper. You know, my kids get a hangnail or something like that. I need to have something like this. It just pops open. Bam, you got nail clipper right there. So yeah, I use that item a lot. I love that sucker. And then on the keys, I have a Gerber Shard, which is a pry bar. I work in the liquor industry, so this is good for prying open boxes of wine. And it's got a bottle opener, so I have that with me, and then just my keys and such. That just drops down like so in the pocket, if I can get everything in the pocket. All right. I always wear 511 pants, so I have cargo pockets. That's just how I like to roll. Sometimes I'll wear jeans, but usually I'm just not into jeans that much. They feel too restrictive to me. So I like 511s. I like the looseness, and I like having cargo pockets. So in this here, this is made for a magazine or a flashlight. If you carry a firearm, which I do, I don't keep my magazine down in there though. I keep my Leatherman. This is the Leatherman Wave Plus upgrade from the original Wave. It's a classic multi-tool. Everyone loves this multi-tool. This one, only difference between this and the original, replaceable wire cutters right here. And you know, it's got a whole bunch of different tools on it. Saws, serrated blade, file, scissors, can opener, which we used earlier to eat with. Just a great tool. I'm not going to go over the whole specs on it and stuff. Moving on to the cargo pocket, and this side, I just keep my source of ignition. That is a, it's a Zippo outer shell, but inside it's not a Zippo. It is a Vector Thunderbird butane insert. So that's what that sucker looks like. You can get these on Amazon. They're like 13 bucks. I like this better than having a traditional Zippo, because if I need to pinpoint where I need to burn something, I don't just have a flame going up. I can go this way or that way. I can burn paracord. I'm more directed in where I'm putting the heat.
Interesting.
So I go with that. And moving over to this side, over here, I would sometimes keep my phone down here, but it's not in there right now. It's over there somewhere. The phone is a Samsung Galaxy S9. Up on this little D-ring that's attached here, I keep my keys. It's the keys to my bike, along with like a disc brake alarm key for the bike. And that's pretty much it. This is a key fob for Harley. They're moving over to that realm of key fobs and not using keys. This is one of the earlier versions where you had both. And then this little slip pocket right here, you can put a knife or something. I keep a pen, Uzi Tac Pen 7. I've been using this pen for 3 years or more. I can't remember how long, but it's an elegant looking tactical pen. That's what I like about it. It's not one of these overtly like, looks like you're like a tank. This sucker has dual glass breakers on both ends, or attitude adjusters, depending on how you're going to use this thing. But, you know, I can hand this to somebody and they're not going to be like, oh, that's some crazy tactical pen, you're going to kill me with it. Instead, they're like, oh, it's a very nice looking pen, you know? As far as the insert in here, this is a Fisher Space Pen. It takes those inserts, so very nice little pen. I've been carrying it forever, and I still dig it. Down in this cargo pocket, I've got 2 items. I have a comb, because even though I'm bald, I'm not bald on my chin. I got a big, gnarly beard, and I got to tame that sucker. So I keep a comb down there, and then I keep a little Anchor, or no, this is an Anchor. This is Olight. This is an Olight charger that came with that little flashlight I showed you earlier. I use this in case I need to charge my phone, because I have a little adapter on here. My phone takes a USB-C type of adapter, so it's not your standard micro USB. So a little bitty cable, just in case I need to charge something quickly. All right, moving on to this side, back pocket. They have these slant pockets, the 511s, which I really like because it's very deep. So whatever you put in there, it's not up here like jeans where you're sitting on this big hunk. Instead, it's down here on your thigh. You don't feel it as much. But back here, I keep a bandana, same as James. Same reasons he has for a bandana are the same reasons I have. So I'm not going to talk about that at all. In the pocket itself, field notes. This is the Expedition field notes. Great little notepad that is waterproof. I like the grid design a lot because instead of just straight lines, I can also do diagrams. If I need to do some type of a graph or something, I've got that availability to me. So these are like, I don't know how much they cost, like 3 for $10 or something. They're kind of pricey, but they're worth it in my opinion. And then the last thing in that pocket is going to be the flashlight that I have been using as my EDC light for a long time. That is the Olight M2R Warrior. James did a review on this recently, which was a really good video. He was exploring a cave with bats and everything with it. There's a link in the description box below to check out that video. I definitely suggest you do. So yeah, that's my flashlight. The lumen level is like 1,050 or something, or 1,500, I don't remember. 1,000, yeah, it's super bright and multiple modes. I dig it. Tail switch cap with the, the magnetic base charger and all that kind of crap. So that's my light. Moving over to this rear pocket, if I can get the knife out of the way, the only thing I have back in here is my wallet. And that is the Maxpedition LPW for low profile wallet. It's got this cool little honeycomb looking design on it, 1,000 denier nylon on the outside, 500 on the inside. Real quick, I'm gonna open it, cover my ID so you don't get all that stuff. But it's got this little ID window so you can kind of open it like that, like you're the FBI, and like show your ID real quick, kind of like as a badge or something. And then this side, you just have your, your different cards. I don't carry cash in there. Back here, I'll carry like some stamps, something like that, just little things, but I don't carry any cash in there because I already showed you where I carry the cash. So that's the wallet I carry. And as far as the pants go and my lower body, I think I covered all of it.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Thanks, man.
All right, now moving on down to my boots. Now, I wear cowboy boots. I am from West Texas. I like the look. Now, this one recently ripped on me while I was out camping here in Missouri. I mean, it's a big gaping wound. So I'm a little bummed out about that, but Leo had some tape that he lent me so I can improvise this until I get back to town. So I'm a little bummed out about the boots, but that's what I'm wearing. Here, same thing. Now, normally I know you guys know that I wear spurs. Once again, I love the cowboy aesthetic. I grew up with Westerns. They are here. I did bring them with me. I did remove them, though, because I am currently hammock camping. Being from Texas, there's just not enough trees, and it's just cactus everywhere. I can't really hammock camp over there. But coming over here, Leo was kind enough to lend me a hammock. So I don't want to rip the hammock, the fabric up if I jump in there with boots for some reason. So I removed them. And then last thing is my boot knife. Now this is the LT Wright JX3 knife. Beautiful little backup boot blade. A2 steel, micarta handle. Big shout out to LT Wright and Chris Tanner for sending this to me. I do have a review. We cooked up a squirrel and made a stew out of them. So check that out if you haven't. And leather sheath, and I think it complements the boots very nice. Not only is it a backup cutting tool, but it looks very handsome as well. And it's small, but it's big enough where it's not some dinky little blade. So
yeah, it looks really nice on the boots.
Yeah, let me put this back. And that's about it for me on my EDC. Now it's time to check out what Leo's carrying, or what he's wearing, per se.
All right, so as far as my lower body goes, I wear a different type of boot because of my different type of lifestyle. These are my boots. These are the Thorogood Hellfires. These are Woodland firefighting boots. Now, the reason I wear them is because, for one, I do a lot of hiking and camping in the woods, and these are meant for, trucking miles through the woods. They're not the lightest weight boot. They're not like trail runners, being that I'm a backpacker as well. I just don't like wearing anything other than big, heavy leather boots. These suckers are 4 pounds a piece. So 8 pounds total on my feet. One of the big features that I love about this is the removable, you can see it's laced in, removable quick zippers right here. So if I want to get the boot on and off real fast, I just have that. I don't have to lace anything up. That's similar to like cowboy boots in the sense that you can get them on and off real quick, but this one just has a zipper. So that's pretty much it for the boots. These will last me a few years. They're kind of pricey, but I just love I can't get away from them. One other item, something different, James does a boot knife, but this is what I do. I have a ankle medical kit. So it normally goes around here, but because of these boots, it would be too wide, and then I couldn't get the pant leg over it. So this is what I wear. It's kind of like a gun ankle holster, but I've got down in here, I've got a SWAT T tourniquet. So I've got this thing set up for heavy bleeding. I've got nitro gloves and a med kit in there, different gauze and stuff around here. I really dig this sucker, and then when you throw your pant leg over it, you can see what I mean by it's kind of, wide. If I had it down here, I couldn't get it like that. But when you throw your pant leg over it, there's not an issue. And me riding a motorcycle daily, I don't have a lot of space to put a bunch of med kits and all that stuff. I'm not wearing a backpack all the time. So I find that if I was to get in some kind of a situation where I needed to deal with heavy bleeding, I've got the bare minimum, at least, of medical supplies available to me.
Well, guys, that's about the conclusion of this EDC setup, this little EDC update, and it was really great having a guest, a great friend of mine, Leo. We're out here camping in Missouri, having some drinks, enjoying ourselves.
I got the whiskey. James is going to get a little bit later on.
Awesome. Well, cheers, buddy.
Man, thank you so much for having me on the channel. I really appreciate it. You know, you're one of my favorites, always have been since you started. I just love your channel, and I'm proud and honored to be on the channel.
Awesome. So, guys, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. So, comment below if you haven't yet, and just go comment on the gear that you're carrying, for example, or what do you agree or disagree with some of the items we're carrying. And be sure to, if you haven't, give Leo from Irish Zombie Nation a sub. We're currently camping together, and I'm gonna be on some of his videos. He's gonna be some of mine. So we're just having a great time out here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man. Links down below too to some of the items we've reviewed here. I know he's done a lot of reviews on these items. I've done a lot of reviews on mine, so I'm sure you'll see links down below if you're interested in checking those out and see if they'll work for your EDC.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So, cheers.
Slancha.
Now go outside and get your boots dirty.